Television Network, TSPN. And now back to Today's Seniors Living Well with your host, Laurie Webb.
That's right.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Today's Seniors Living Well. Our theme for this sixth series this spring, 2014, is Aging Doesn't Have to Be a Puzzle. And we've been presenting various services and opportunities that that help people understand how to age gracefully and stay home. We've also been talking to some seniors who are aging gracefully and have figured out the puzzle of aging. And both Glenn and Marge, the two seniors that I've interviewed the last 2 weeks, have emphasized being involved in the community and staying active. And my final guest today is somebody that knows quite a bit about staying active and being in the community because she's part of our wonderful Hospital Rose Auxiliary. Rose, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
You're the president of the auxiliary.
That's correct.
And like every hospital has an auxiliary, but no hospital has one as good as ours, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, great. I'm glad to hear that.
How many auxilians do you have now?
Right now we have about 82 active members and 7 associate members.
And the associate members are folks that you just call in for special...
Well, they don't want to stay fully involved anymore and have, well, you're only required to put in 8 hours a month, and maybe they just want to fill in once in a while. So they pay a reduced dues, and then they're not held to a commitment. But they still get the newsletter, and they still know what's going on.
And get invited to the, you know, various functions and things. And now I was, what did they call them, candy striper, when I was, you know, decades ago. And but I never have been involved in being an auxilian because I was a nurse, so I was on the other side. But there's a whole variety of things that you all do in the hospital. It's not just sitting at the front desk saying hello to people.
Oh, no, that's probably a limited, well, we have quite a few doing that because we try to have someone there at least every morning, and hopefully 2. But we have people in the thrift store and the gift shop. I, for one, in my position, assemble charts on the medical surgical ward. We have people in purchasing, emergency room, the clinics.
Wow.
You know, we're everywhere.
You're everywhere.
Pediatrics and
right.
And pushing yes, we push the various people, the concierge cart, offering snacks and drinks to people who are waiting for their, you know, their patients, family and friends.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of, they also help in the nutrition department, the clinics, in the women's center, you name it.
So wherever they need some additional hands to help.
We try to create a position that would help in that specific area.
Right. Now, you mentioned the thrift store, and that thrift store's bounced around to a few locations. So where is it now? It's
right in the Costless shopping center down at the end.
If right across from the waffle shop?
If you face Costless, yes, it's right to the last shop on the left.
So it's expanded quite a bit.
It's bigger. We're in a bigger location now.
Yeah. And you take donations for that?
Yes. And right now I understand they have an overabundance of clothing, and one of my friends was working there, and she came home with some real treasure sometimes.
Oh, really?
And I like to stop in too because they have really nice things. You can get new clothes with the tags still on, and a lot of nice things.
Yeah, I think one of the best pair of sandals I ever bought was a brand new pair of Famolaris that had never been worn, and I bought it at the thrift store. And that's very handy. You go to breakfast and then go over.
Right.
So, so the thrift store, and you said that you also work at the clinics, and right now there's the Plymouth Clinic.
There's the Plymouth Clinic.
And then do you work at the Jackson Family Clinic on New York Ranch Road?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure of that one.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but it's possible. You know, there's
so many.
Right.
Yeah, 80 is a lot. And it's not just women. I mean, John Nolan is one of your giant...
we are very appreciative of our gentlemen members as well, because they help us carry the Christmas decorations and the boxes to the thrift store and in and out of our storage for restocking, you know, our gift shop as well. So I mean, we just don't work them to death.
You don't
but
work them to death, but yeah, no,
we appreciate that.
I've seen John sitting in the outpatient information booth, socializing, because a lot of your folks have been here in Amador County for a long time, and they know a
really
lot of
long
people.
time.
Yeah, I think we had one of the ladies on the last series who's been there a long time. So if someone wanted to become an auxilian, what exactly would they do?
Well, we have brochures that tell a little bit more, a little detailed information about us, and an application in the back. And you can pick up these brochures at the thrift store or in the hospital in the gift shop or the information desks. And you just fill that out, and you could hand it in any of those places, and it also has an address that you could mail it to.
Okay.
And then you would go through the approval process, and it doesn't take long till you get our very special uniform
blue
and
uniform,
your
that,
assignment.
That color flatters everyone.
Yes,
It's a very
that's-
nice color. And what kind of screening and stuff do?
Well, they do a background check, a full background check, just like you were going to go to work at the hospital. You also have some blood work done to make sure that you are not going to give anybody the measles or, anything like that.
Because you're...
Right, you're in with people that are debilitated, possibly, so they want to make sure that you are healthy and checked for TB and those kind of things, just like you were going, to work. But it doesn't take long. And well, sometimes it takes longer than others, but it's been streamlined to what it was. So.
So people that come into the hospital and see the folks in blue can rest assured that those people have been screened and cleared, and they're part of the hospital family.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now you mentioned decorating. You decorate like
we
the
put up like
lobby.
7 Christmas trees throughout the hospital and various decorations. It's a real fun process.
Right.
We meet and have donuts or something, of course, and then put up the various trees and other decorations. We have them, in the OB department and various parts throughout the hospital to try and, make it cheery and make sure that it's season. And we leave it up till after Serbian Christmas. That's a special thing that we do.
Have to do that here.
That's in the rules.
Right, exactly.
We wouldn't forget
this is
that.
after all, Jackson.
That's correct.
Yeah. So, and you, I mean, that's not only good for the patients, that's really good for the staff, too.
Oh, they actually will approach and say, is it Christmas decorating time yet? They do appreciate it.
Right.
And I have to say, our hospital makes us feel so special. They are very appreciative and just take every opportunity to, make us feel special. They're great that way.
They are appreciative.
Very.
When I was serving on the hospital board, I always liked to be able to say thank you to the auxilians, because really, if you guys all walked off the job right now, things would really fall apart there. I mean, it's a crucial part of the function of the hospital.
Well, I appreciate that.
And now there are some expenses for you guys, right? Do you do fundraisers?
We do fundraisers. We have our of course, the income from the thrift store and the gift shop, but we also have bake sale and craft sales and other fundraisers as we can, devise them. And that, because we have already donated over $23,000 this year to the hospital. And our donations are as small as like $137 for a coffee pot that was badly needed in the outpatient department to $13,000 for an ultrasound machine for the critical care unit.
Amazing.
So there's a wide range of things.
Amazing.
But, we try to pay attention to what's needed and either purchase it or contribute towards it as we can.
Now, and the dues are how much?
$10.
Oh, a year? Oh, that's just...
Well, that's kind of like for the paperwork, I guess, and
Right.
to make sure you're really
From the
serious with
background
something.
check,
I'm not really sure.
Buy into it.
Right.
Yeah, I think sometimes people forget that the thrift store and the gift shop, which is open... It's open every day, right?
The gift shop
Yeah.
is open every day except Sunday,
Except Sunday.
I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I know I was in there one weekend. I was surprised. It must have been on a Saturday. You have nice stuff in there.
We have a wonderful gift shop. Actually, Being a retired nurse as well, I've seen a lot of hospital gift shops, and I think ours is the best by far. I really do.
Yeah, it's really quality stuff and
Mm-hmm.
just an interesting variety of cards. And I've been to another local hospital. I was waiting for a friend, and I went into their gift shop, and I was like, I think I'll just wait and go back to ours.
Oh, good, thanks.
And you guys, I mean, we sell See's Candy at the Senior Center, but you guys have See's Candy
Yes,
too available.
yes, we do. Uh-huh.
So if you show up and you're thinking, oh, I really want to buy See's Candy for the nurses or the chaplain or whatever,
Right.
they can get it there, and that helps with your fundraising.
Well, sure, every
Yeah.
nurse appreciates a piece of See's candy now and
That's
then.
right, and they don't want to buy a whole box for themselves. so,
Right.
yeah. So, and then do you have any special events for you have a volunteer appreciation event for the Achilleans?
Actually today, this month is volunteer month.
Right.
And so we had our general meeting just on Monday, and the hospital laid out a wonderful buffet table for us that had an assortment of all these delicious goodies. And that's just, one of the ways, like I said, that they show their appreciation. And then at Christmas time, we have a Christmas luncheon, and it's free to the members. The active members can come for free, and we have a wonderful time every year there. And another way that the hospital shows their support, which I feel is probably unusual, is the administration always attends our meetings, which is not always the case at other hospitals.
Yeah.
But the administration is very active in our workings, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that I think partly because they respect what you're doing so much, and they want you to feel supported. If somebody wanted to call and ask about the auxiliary, what number would they use?
Well, they can just call the main hospital number and ask for the gift shop or the number for the thrift store, and they would, get the information there.
Great.
And we don't have an office. I
No.
wish we did, but
You're out and about too much.
Yeah.
I would sit down.
Right.
Well, Rose, thank you so much for coming today.
well, thanks for having me.
All right. Oh, yeah. I can't do it.
Thanks for watching TSPN's Today's Seniors Living Well with your host, Laurie Webb.